If you're looking to do SEO of a new site in 2026, this video is for you. This is specifically for AI search engines like ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, and even the AI mode within Google. And this focuses a lot on how we can do this by using a specific skill within Antigravity. So this is the skill that you would be using within Antigravity. This focuses on GEO or generative engine optimization. That is what people called SEO for ChatGPT and all the other AI search engines. And this skill starts with doing your website audit. Like you can start from there, then it checks your meta tags, your robots.txt file, which checks that your website is visible to all the AI search engines. Then it also checks your sitemap, which basically has a structure of your entire website. Think of it as the map for an AI agent to go through your entire website. And then it verifies if the website allows access for all the AI bots. Then it also helps you with keyword research that is relevant for a new site. It also focuses on search volume of all the keywords that are relevant for you, and specifically the search volume in 2026. And then it helps you with GEO optimization. It derives all of these different parameters on how to do GEO research using this Princeton research. This came out earlier this year, and this has 9 GEO methods which guarantee you that this is how you show up on these AI search engines. Then it also have a bunch of different stuff around how to do traditional SEO. And apart from that, it also have platform specific optimization rules. So how you rank on ChatGPT, how you rank on Perplexity, and how you rank on Google AI Overview and all that stuff. So this is the skill that we are gonna use within Antigravity. And if you have never done SEO or if you have never used Antigravity in the past, this video is completely beginner friendly. So let's get started. You'd be doing 4 major optimizations: a full website audit, then keyword research, GEO optimization, which is basically another term for optimizing your site for AI search engines like Perplexity, ChatGPT, and everything else, and then traditional SEO optimization. So this is a very simple process. First thing you have to do is open Antigravity, obviously. So once you do that, you will land on the screen. Over here, we would be installing the skill, and we would be installing this globally. So you don't need to go inside a folder yet. You just need to open this terminal from the bottom, click on this toggle, and you would be redirected here. Now the next thing is we have to install the skill. So for that, just go back on this website and use this command on top. I will capture it and I will just install this here. It would take a moment and it would install it globally. So I can use this within any repository that I'm using on my device. So it's cloning the repository. Then it asks me to select the platform that I'm using. In my case, I'm using Antigravity. I will select that and then I will just press space so that it's selected. Yeah, it's selected now, and I will just press enter. Then it's asking me where I want to install this. I will select global so that it's available across all the projects. And then installation method, I will keep it symlink. Proceed with installation, yes. And the skills are now added. Next thing I will do is I will open up any new project because you don't need to open the skill in the same project where your website is. You might be creating a website from some another builder like WordPress, Framer. So you can use all these inputs over there as well. So I will just create a new folder. I will call it SEO Audit. Mostly you would be using the agent sidebar here for running the entire optimization. So I will use this and I will copy the first step of this process. So I will copy everything until step 1, and I will first mention I want to run this SEO optimization on my own website. Then I will drop the URL of the website. For this optimization, I am using website of my SaaS. I created this within Framer and I want to see that how I can optimize this better. So I will come back here, I will drop the URL, and apart from that, I will mention please use the SEO GEO skills and then I will drop the instructions. Here are the instructions on how to use it. Wait, I would have to copy this again, and then I will just send it. In the background, it should first go through all the skills and figure out what is the relevant skill we want to use here. It analyzes skill.md file, and this is the right one. Then let's check another one that it's using. It's called SEO Audit. This is also the correct one. So let's wait until it run all these skills. So now it's going through the website, it is creating an outline, it is chunking the website and all that thing. It is also fetching robots.txt and other files that it need to analyze to tell me what is done right, what is not. A quick tip: when you are using Antigravity, it would require you to provide your approval in a lot of steps. If you don't want to do that, if you want it to run autonomously, which is actually the best way you can use it, then keep auto execution and review policy on. You can do customizations on top of it where you can keep settings where it can delete a file or run a curl command to your deny list so it never runs it automatically. But for the rest of the things, it will run it directly and you can use it from there. That way, you don't have to click allow every time, and this will run autonomously in the background and you can keep doing something else side by side. It is also opening this website in a browser and checking all the details. Now I will just go back here. It's asking for my input again. Even if you keep it always allow, there are still some actions for which it needs your input. And we have got the audit report from the first part. On the first look, this looks really bad. The SEO health of the website, it gave a score of 52 out of 100. Then there are multiple factors here. But the cool thing is, it reported all the findings and it has mentioned what needs to be changed and why it matters for AI search engines and SEO in general. All these findings are really helpful. So from here, I will download this report so that we have the first report ready. Similarly, we will create all the four reports and then we will jump on to making all these changes within the website. So we have the first report. I will ask it to just create MD file with your findings in this project so that we have all the files together and then we can just club all these changes at the end and start doing this on the website. So we have the first part. Now let's open a new chat. Before doing that, I will just copy the initial prompt that I dropped and we will just change the second section with the step 2 of the process. So let's go back here and let's copy the step 2 and do keyword research for our specific segment. In my case, a lot of detail about the product is mentioned on the website, but if you are creating a new website where there is not much information about what exactly your product does, then at this step also mention what your website does, what are the topics that are relevant for someone who's searching for a tool like that so that it can do in-depth keyword research. I will just send this prompt and let's wait for it to do keyword research and suggest us that what exact keywords we should be creating content around. So I see that it is doing a lot of work that it had already done in the past. It is also using the audit skill, which we don't want to use. We want to focus on keyword research right now. So I will just mention this in the initial prompt. We have already done a baseline SEO audit. Find the research info in. I will here mark the document where we have already done this research. Now do keyword research and build on top of it. Share your findings in a separate MD doc. I've asked it to create a new document where it will share all its findings. So at the end of the process, we will have 4 docs which mention all different parts of the process, and then we can start applying this within the website to improve the SEO. If I check all the research that the agent has done here, I see that it has made around 15-20 Google searches where it searched for terms that are relevant for what
my product type smart does. It also looked up some comparison keywords and all the different features that are included in the product. Now it has created a new MD file with the entire research. So let's check that out. If I look from the top, it has created multiple clusters for me. One is cross posting. And if I open this in full view, I see that it include all the keywords around cross posting. Estimated difficulty for most of these keywords is high, except very specific keywords around what exactly the product does. Similarly, it created a second cluster which is specific to Chrome extension. So over here, again, difficulty is high for some of the keywords, but it's actually low for a lot of them as well. So this seems like a very interesting niche for me. And then third is talking about how simple to set up this product is. There is no API or no shadow ban. So over here, the opportunity seems to be really nice as well. Most of these keywords have low estimated difficulty. And similarly, it has created a total of 5 clusters for me. Then it also showed me the search volumes or difficulty estimates. I don't think so. This would be exactly correct because it does not have access to API of tools like Ahrefs or SEMrush, but this seems like a fair estimate. I think this entire documentation is good enough to create at least 15 to 20 blocks. So this is a great starting point. So this step is done. Let's repeat the exact same thing for step 2 and 4 in our process. I will accept this and I will copy the initial prompt, and then let's paste this in a new window. And along with the researches that we have already done, which is the keyword research and the audit, I will just mark both the documents here so that it knows that what is already done. And then I will copy step 3 from here, which is specifically around GEO optimization. It gave us some inputs at the start, but in this specific segment, it would be focusing on something called as 9 Princeton GEO methods, which was one of the most reputed research that was done within GEO. So I will paste this here and I will let it run this again. This takes around 5 to 10 minutes, so I will take a break and then come back. Now, along with this, we also need to make these changes within the website. If you are using a website builder like Framer, or if you are using WordPress for building your site, then you can use these MCP plugins that they provide you for making these changes. So all of this can directly happen from Antigravity itself. If the platform that you're using does not require a MCP plugin, you can just simply ask AI on how you can implement these changes. And now our geo research is also complete. If I come up here, I see that it has given a score on all the 9 parameters, and most of them does not look good. But the great thing is now we know what needs to be fixed. So we have all these factors, all the details on how each of these factors would need to be edited so that it is working fine. And this part of the process is done. It also gave me a comparison on how the entire optimization is for my website compared to other competitors, which is also helpful because now I know what needs to be improved so that I start ranking like them. And this is done. Now, the next part of the process is to also do the final technical SEO research. So I will just follow the same thing. I will copy the entire prompt and I will add the third document here as well so that it knows what is done and what needs to be done after this. So I will add the geo document. I already have the 2 other documents here. And then I will copy the instructions of the fourth step, which is technical SEO optimization. I think there would be a significant amount of overlap in the first step and the fourth one, but we can just combine all these researches together and then I will send it. So we'll wait for the technical SEO optimization checklist and then we will be doing implementation step. And the fourth report is done as well. This is the traditional SEO analysis where it checked all the details like title, the OG image, the meta keywords, and other details here. So it has provided me a recommendation on what to implement where. Now we are done with the entire process of doing the entire SEO audit and keyword strategy for the website. Now the next step is implementation of this. Now this will vary based on whatever tool you have used for creating your website. If you have directly coded your website using a framework like Next.js or White or anything else, you can implement these very easily. If you are using something like Framer that I'm using in my case, then you would have to use an MCP or manually make these changes. So at this point, you have the entire SEO audit that is done for your website. Either you can change it yourself, give it to the relevant team that is managing your SEO, but all these steps will definitely help you rank higher. These are the exact processes through which we have helped multiple of our clients do better on SEO. If you would want more updates and tips like these, do drop in your email in the link in the description of this video. We are soon launching a community for founders who want to use AI for running their business better. That's all for this video. I will see you in the next one.